Ready?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hello, Village. I want to welcome you back. Today is August 2nd. This is the day after my birthday. This is going to be the final shoot for the entire year. Of course, we have others scheduled already previously, but this will be the last shoot for the year as we focus on family. All right. But we heard your cries, we heard your words, and one of the comments is what really brought us back to
Encouraging words.
yeah, encouraging words, encouraging words. I'm going to read the comment. I got to give it this justice. Wow, the two interviews couldn't have been any more different. I expected the dad to get the questions the mom received. So that is why my dad is back here. When we first shot it, it was more of a relationship stories. That's how we wanted it to come across. But as we shot the next one with her mom and then finally with my mother, we just, we got better at the interview process. We got more investigative, hot questions that really represent our podcast. So we accepted the questions from everybody. Some of them were emailed in, some from the people who directly commented on our videos. And so we wanted to bring my dad back on. So he's gonna get an actual hot interview, as people call it, lukewarm before. Yes.
It's gonna be.
Yeah. I was being a little nice, as people would say. But as it was clearly said in the interview, me and my dad's connection is we're coming back together. So obviously I was more comfortable with my mama and it's just got right into it. So we're gonna get right into it with my dad. You ready?
Yeah.
The confidence. Oh,
Yes.
this is great.
So we're gonna hit you with the very first comment. We wanted to get your perspective on this comment. It really stuck out. It was like, whoa, we were not expecting that on our platform. But when you put it out there, you're going to receive everything from all different types of people and their point of view on getting to know you in the hour and 52 minutes. So, the very first comment, this is a narcissistic person. He has taken over your interview. I am just so upset with you two because you have let him all of the attention to him. He is not perfect.
Wow. And that it is an interview, so
Yeah.
I'm on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You asking me the questions,
Oh, yeah.
so you're supposed to focus on somebody else when you ask me the questions.
Oh, we're supposed to do exactly that. I mean, every time we bring anyone to the HOTC podcast, it's always about people who are not present.
Wow. Well,
Really?
obviously someone was venting
Mm-hmm.
through a device
Yeah.
on social media.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with the territory, but when I was told about the comment, I remember what I told you. I said, I was like, who is that? And I'm like, that person words have no weight on me. That person isn't anything to me, so it couldn't affect me.
Yeah.
So it was funny, actually. I laughed that off real easy. And it's narcissistic. Let's see. So I'm full of myself. That's a mighty tall glass to fill up.
Yeah.
I am 6'7", so
Mm-hmm.
ooh, it was real full then. No. Now, let's see. When I first started teaching, other teachers had made comments that I'm arrogant. Let's see. What's one that, trying to go through my thesaurus, go through all those synonyms that deal with that.
Knowing their self-worth,
That
No.
confident
I think
in
No.
oneself,
I think I know
high self-esteem.
Yeah.
Conceited.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's-
not the ones you use,
Yeah.
but conceited.
I mean,
Yeah, that word was used, and that I'm full of myself.
intentionally using positive words.
Yes, I know.
But I heard that, I was like, huh? I said, wow. I said, but it's not about me, it's about the students
Yeah.
whom I help and their families. And then I've heard, through other people that I think I'm too good, and someone stuck up for me saying that, since when have you ever seen him walk with his head down? And that I always walk upright.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you're a tall man, tall black man, there's certain stereotypes that come with it. So if I'm not sagging, thugging and slanging and banging and all this stuff, then I must be full of myself. Because I do, I stay suited up in a professional way. I'm not now,
Right.
And I'm casual, I'm in my house, but so I walk upright, I'm well dressed. And I speak so well,
Yeah. Expectation that you need to live and stay in that bucket.
Yeah,
Not
so
allowed to come out.
yeah, that it has no weight.
Yes.
Because anybody that actually knows me and that is in my circle knows that I'm far from that. I give too much is what I've been told. That I'm too nice. So when someone outside of my circle makes a negative comment, that person has to come with a bigger axe to chop down this tree.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Quick question. Do you think it might be the slight hint of sarcasm that you tend to use when you combat certain comments that might lead them to think that you're arrogant or conceited?
I don't know. I do have my ways of, when people come at me to talk above them so that, I'm belittling them, but they're not intelligent enough to catch it. I do that. Sometimes I'm facetious that way. I get mischievous because you're trying to hurt me and I'm not going to let you. So I act a fool sometimes in a nice way.
And you got to use that high vernacular.
SAT
The vernacular
words.
is very key. The diction that you have to use.
See, I can give you an example. A couple examples actually. But I used to work in a hospital. Worked my way up to being a dietetic clerk. So I wrote a lot of diets for patients and such. But on my transition upward in the hospital, there was this one lady, every chance she could, every chance she got, she would go to the supervisor and say something about me. And I'm just doing my job, You was a baby at the time. And so I knew what this lady was doing. And she wasn't of our persuasion.
Okay.
And so she always targeted me. And so I would watch this happen. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So when I got called in by the supervisor, I went and I made sure that we laughed and had a good time in our conversation. So that this lady who's trying to hurt me, as soon as we walk out the office, can see that we walked out, me and the supervisor, laughing and having a good time. See, but I didn't stop there. As I walked past this woman that tried to hurt me, it didn't work. And I went on back to doing my job. That lady got so mad, she turned red as a beet and started crying. She was that upset. So, yeah.
You have your ways. So before we get into the rapid fire hot questions, how did you feel about that comment?
The narcissistic comment?
The only one we talking about.
Well, actually, it's not the only one we talked about.
No, it's the only one we're talking about right now.
There's one other. I believe that everybody is entitled to their opinion. I don't know anything about the personal connection, if there ever was, is, what have you. My only thought is that I didn't appreciate the platform being used to give out negativity. Because although things, bad things can happen to good people, bad people, anybody, because they're bad things, you don't throw that out at people. And so that's something I personally just didn't like. I mean, she's entitled to her opinion.
Yes, they are, whomever they are, male or female.
So for the fact of it's still up, so people can look, and obviously the name is not male. So she's entitled to her opinion.
Trying to protect the innocent, just a little.
Entitled to their opinion. I just would have preferred it have been written in a more generalistic statement.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I expect those comments to come. I just wouldn't expect it to come from someone we know. That was my only thing about it. And that's why I made the emphasis 1 hour and 52 minutes. That's all you really got to know.
Right.
And you come out with that type of statement, not knowing an individual, and it's coming from someone we know. So that's why I was like, dang, okay.
Well, maybe that's why you focused on me too much, because mine was almost 2 hours.
Well,
I don't know. It didn't seem like 2 hours. We were having a good time. Just
yours
talking.
is different than all or the other two. Yours was more of a conversation where we asked you an open-ended question and you just went with it. And every now and then we throw in questions, whereas the other two were a bit more direct with questioning rather than just tell your story.
Which we got better at it.
Yeah.
And then with you just extended. You went A through Z off of one question. So it's just like you took all of those questions away.
Right.
Which is why we had to count it up. We counted it up. We only asked you like 12, but my mother was closer to 40.
Oh, boy.
So it's just...
So I already had answered the follow-up questions.
Yeah, there could have been a potential question.
Oh, that's that being a prophet.
Rapid fire questions. Let's go.